This is a video all about Kurapika, one of the main protagonists of Hunter x Hunter, and as of this moment, he is the main protagonist. So we are going to cite some facts about Kurapika that you might not have known before, starting with his native tongue. Yes, Kurapika speaks in the same language that all of the other characters in Hunter x Hunter speak, but that's not Kurapika's first language. And yes, of course, obviously, we would not pick up on that, nor would anyone in the world of Hunter x Hunter, but the actual fact is that the Kurta clan had their own language. It was only when a little injured girl showed up to their village and Kurapika and his friend Pyro tried to communicate with her that we realized that, there are different languages in the world of Hunter x Hunter. And Kurapika didn't understand what Sheila was saying, and he taught himself to speak the language that she spoke. And we would understand from this moment that the language that she spoke is like the main language in the world of Hunter x Hunter. He is drowning in spare. He is drowning in an indescribable emptiness. Second fact has to do with that dreadful day in the village when Kurapika came back to see all of the Kurta clan massacred. If you only watched the anime, then you don't really know how horrific this massacre was. All of the clan were killed. And yes, you know that all of the clan were wiped out, but there was a lot of bruises on the bodies, and those bruises were a sign that they were beat up before they were killed. Especially the men. The mixed members, meaning the people that are not a pure Kurta clan, they don't have the scarlet eyes, they were killed right away. Only the original members of the clan, the pure Kurta, were driven to a point of anger so that their eyes would glow that beautiful shade of scarlet, and right when it reached that moment, their eyes were plucked out, leaving the bodies behind with a lot of bruises and hollow eyes. And yes, that was the scene that Kurapika witnessed when he came back to his village. Learning that and reading that in volume 0 makes me look at this scene in a different way. He is not only the survivor of the Kurta clan, no, he had to see his brethren in that horrible state. Yeah, that was dark. How about a fun fact, okay? Look at me. Hi, how are you? By the way, I am 5'7" in height, about 171 centimeters, and I weigh 61 kilograms. Why do I tell you that? Because this is exactly the shape of Kurapika. He is the same height as me and he weighs the same. Maybe he's a little bit more muscular, but yeah, it's basically the same. I am what Kurapika would look like in real life, except the face, of course. Now, with fact number 4, Kurapika is the second popular character in the world of Hunter x Hunter. An official popularity poll was made 3 times. All of 3 times were published in the manga, in the volumes, you can read them, and all 3 times Kurapika was in the second place. I believe that if one was made right now, he would place in number 1. Fact number 5. Let's talk about powers and nin. Kurapika is the only character in the world of Hunter x Hunter with 2 nin affinities, and only if you're still going with the same headcanon of how we see nin in main story Hunter x Hunter. Because yes, we know Togashi exhibition changes of nin, of how we look at nin, but keeping the original canon or original headcanon, Kurapika is the only character with 2 nin affinities. And also we would not count Miriam and post-Rose Miriam, okay? That's a whole other thing. There is such a thing in Hunter x Hunter where affinities can change over time. You can start off with one affinity and over time your affinity will change, but that's not the same with Kurapika. Kurapika simultaneously can use 2 nin affinities, a conjurer and a specialist. Which leads us to fact number 6, his actual powers. When his eyes turn scarlet, his powers go all out. But not only against the Troupe. Yes, there is specific powers against the Troupe, you know it, chain jail, but actually we saw examples in the manga of him using chains against non-Troupe members, which makes him very unique. Whenever his eye turns scarlet, he enters Emperor Time. And oh my god, Emperor Time is just a whole other thing. Man, the powers of Kurapika is just amazing. Let's talk about the chains. You got Holy Chain, Steel Chain, Chain Jail, Dowsing Chain, Judgment Chain, and Stealth Dolphin, huh? You don't forget. Oh my god, Stealth Dolphin is amazing. And yes, all of these powers belong to only one character, and it is obvious that Kurapika is Togashi's favorite. You cannot hide this fact anymore. But also something you need to keep in mind is that the Kurta are like a very special race to begin with. And of course that plays a role with Kurapika. I mean, the Phantom Troupe members says, especially Overgen says that the Kurta were unusually tough. They fought back, and when an end user says something like that, it's like, no, Kurta is like a very powerful people. So that might contribute to why Kurapika is so special and very genius in using Nen. And the powers of Kurapika, we can talk about it a lot. Actually, we did a whole video about Kurapika's power with an explanation and rundown of every single chain and how he actually uses the power. So you can watch this video after you finished with this one. Subscribe to the channel, please. Fact number 7. When was the last time you think you saw Kurapika in the 2011 anime? In the final episode, right? Given this pose, looking over the eyes that he gathered while ignoring Leorio's phone call. Okay, yeah, that's true. But I mean before that. And believe me, we will get to how Kurapika was able to gather these eyes in just a moment, but I want you to remember, when was the last time you saw Kurapika before the last episode? Was it in York New? York New, right? Like York New was, Kurapika was the main focus of that arc, and after York New, he didn't really get involved in the story, right? No. Ah, you might remember, yes, Kurapika made an appearance in Great Island when Killua called him to ask him about Kurolo. And in that moment, after he hung up with Killua, he walked into Nostrad having a breakdown because his daughter cannot do the fortune telling anymore. And from that moment, Kurapika was not seen until the ending of the anime. Right? No. Kurapika appeared in the Chimera Ant arc. Yes, he made an appearance, and so did Leorio. In episode 89, we see the boys playing a game of baseball. And from that moment, yeah, he is not anywhere to be seen until the final episode. And yeah, this is like main story Hunter x Hunter. After that, he became the main antagonist of the series. Succession War is peak. Succession War, I'm becoming even more obsessed with it with every day. And oh guys, if you just know what we are preparing here in the Hunter Society for you regarding the Succession War, I'm very excited to share that with you, but it will take time. Subscribe to the channel, please. So anyway, let's get to the question of how did he find the eyes? Remember what I just said about the Nostrad family? Well, Kurapika is the actual head of the Nostrad family at the moment. Light Nostrad cannot show his face anywhere, so Kurapika took the mafia business into his own hand, and he took advantage of his position in order to track down other body part collectors in the world. You can call them flesh collectors, you can call them weird people, whatever it is. He was able to track them down and gather the scarlet eyes of his fallen brethren, until another messed up collector showed up. Fourth Prince Sereidnik. And it's going down in the manga right now. It's amazing. And for our final fact, the story of how Kurapika was made. Obviously, you can tell that Togashi took a lot of inspiration from his own work in Yu Yu Hakusho, with like the main 4 protagonists, and Kurapika being very similar to Kuruma, but the Scarlet Eye trait comes from a whole different story. The creature Omu from Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. This is a Miyazaki story, a Studio Ghibli film, and it was made in 84. Take a look at that. The Omu's eyes turn red, and when they turn red, they go on a rampage, destroying everything in front of him. And here you go. That's where the Scarlet Eye thing comes from. And this was 8 facts about Kurapika. thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please let me know in the comment what other character you would like to see a video like that on, and watch this video. YouTube think you would love this video, so please keep watching. I appreciate it. Have a good day.